Algebra helps us to study numerical patterns. We look for patterns in number sequences and write them down in special shorthand. To understand the way algebra works in this way, we're going to travel to Hong Kong on the coast of China to search for patterns. This is the famous Hong Kong harbour. Home to 7 million people, Hong Kong is the most densely populated place in the world, and almost everyone lives in high-rise apartment blocks. Let's attempt to count some of these apartment blocks in Kowloon Bay, across the harbour from Hong Kong Island. This is a first number pattern that everyone learns, the counting numbers. This is Kwang Tong, next to Kowloon Bay. Let's look at another pattern. Here there are 4 windows visible on each floor of this building. 1 floor, 4 windows, 2 floors, 8 windows, 3 floors, 12 windows. Can you continue this pattern? That's right. 16, 20, 24 and so on. We add 4 each time. We can use a table to summarise the pattern. 1 4, 2 8, 3 12, 4 16, 5 20, 6 24. 1 floor, 4 windows, 2 floors, 8 windows and so on. How many windows are there in 10 floors? 10 floors equals 40 windows. To work out how many windows, we multiply the number of floors by 4. The building is 30 floors high, so how many windows altogether? 30 multiplied by 4, that's a total of 120 windows. Getting to work or school in Hong Kong often means catching a ferry across the harbour. On Monday, the first ferry of the morning had only 20 passengers. The second one had 40. The third had 80. And the fourth had 160. The fifth ferry was full, with 320 passengers on board. Let's look at this number pattern. Can you describe how the numbers of passengers for each ferry changes? That's right. Each number is double the previous one. 20 multiplied by 2 is 40. 40 multiplied by 2 is 80, and so on, up to 320. The algebraic rule to find how many people on any one ferry is, multiply the number of passengers on the previous ferry by 2. The first number pattern we learn is the counting numbers. Some patterns involve adding or subtracting the same amount each time. Other patterns involve multiplying or dividing by the same amount each time. Hong Kong at night, the perfect place to investigate pronumerals. Pronumerals are letters that take the place of numbers in an expression. Let's look at the double-decker trams on Hong Kong Island. There are 60 seats on each tram. On 2 trams there are 2 times 60, that's 120 seats. How many seats do 3 trams have? Correct, 180. We can write the rule that connects the number of seats and the number of trams as the number of seats is the number of trams multiplied by 60. Let's shorten this sentence by leaving out some words and using mathematical symbols. Seats equals trams multiplied by 60. To make it even shorter, we use single letters. S equals T multiplied by 60. S and T are called pronumerals. S represents the number of seats and T the number of trams. In algebra, we use pronumerals as substitutes for numbers. Because the values of S and T can vary, they're also called variables. In algebra, we don't use the multiplication sign. It looks too much like the letter X. And we put the number in front of the pronumeral.